How do you make it to the Indian cricket team? Depends on who you ask. The older generation of fans will say this: play cricket, play domestic cricket, grind out the runs or wickets, eventually the call will come. But ask younger fans and you will get a different answer. They may say, learn the big shots, get an IPL contract, dazzle some big crowds, and eventually the call will come. Some of the younger players like the second route, the IPL one. It is shorter, quicker and more lucrative. But the Indian Cricket Board is not too happy. That's the BCCI, the Board of Cricket Control for Cricket in India, BCCI. Their secretary has written to top Indian players, and this is what he said. I'm quoting: some players have begun prioritizing the IPL over domestic cricket, a shift that was not anticipated. Every cricketer aspiring to play for India must prove themselves in domestic cricket. Non-participation in domestic cricket will carry severe implications. So two messages from the BCCI. One, if you want to play for India, play domestic cricket, your Ranji trophies and Vijay Hazare tournaments. That remains the yardstick. And two, if you skip these tournaments, there will be consequences. Now, the BCCI is very serious about that. They said no player tantrums will be tolerated. If you're fit, you must play. No ifs or buts. If you don't follow cricket, this may be confusing. After all, why would cricketers refuse to play on purpose? Isn't that counterproductive? Well, bear with me for a moment. Right now, the Ranji Trophy is underway in India. It's the most prestigious domestic tournament in the country. States and regions compete against each other. The Ranji final ends on the 14th of March. The week after that, the IPL will kick off. The first match is on March 22nd. So just 7 days separate the two events. Now, imagine you're a cricketer in India. You played in the Ranji tournament. You picked up an injury there. Chances are 7 days won't be enough to recover. So how will you play the IPL? Well, you can't. You may have to skip the tournament and the payday. So many players are doing the opposite. They're skipping Ranji Trophy to play the IPL to make sure that they're fit and ready. A classic example is Shreyas Iyer. He has opted out of the Ranji Trophy quarterfinals. He told the State Cricket Board that he has back pain. But the top physio disagrees. He says Shreyas Iyer has no fresh injury and is fit to play. So why isn't he taking the field? Well, only he can answer. But Shreyas Iyer is not alone in doing this. Many cricketers have been accused of doing the same, of picking the IPL over Ranji cricket. So we're asking two questions tonight. One, why are they doing it? And two, why is it wrong? To answer the first question, the IPL is a golden ticket. There's more viewership, more colour and pomp, and of course, more income. The average salary in the IPL is 3.3 crore rupees, which is around $450,000. Compare that to domestic cricket. The Ranji Trophy pays up to 60,000 rupees per day. Let's assume you make it to the final. Even then, it's under 26 lakh rupees for Ranji, which is around $31,000. Now you do the math. 400,000 versus 31,000, not to mention the fame and endorsements from the IPL. I know cricket purists won't be happy. For them, domestic cricket is the original. It is the epitome of skill and dedication. But cricketers are also human beings, remember. They have families to care for, bills to pay, and a future to plan. Because that Ranji salary won't come every year. By their late 30s, most players retire. So by then, they need to make money, and a lot of it. Enough to sustain in the long term. So before you judge them, think about that. As for the BCCI's worry, it is understandable. You don't want domestic cricket dying out, so red lines have to be drawn. The trick is to draw that line somewhere in the middle. A balance between the IPL and domestic cricket, maybe scheduling it differently, or investing more in domestic cricket, or paying domestic players more. What doesn't help is online trolling and criticism. These players are not picking money over their country, they're picking livelihood and stability.
As the world feels the shock of wars, India stands as a beacon of strength. The Firstpost Defence Summit 2024 will showcase cutting-edge technologies, forging partnerships between industry, academia and research organizations. Witness the transformative story of India's defence sector. Firstpost Defence Summit 2024.